Okay, we are live. Okay, everybody. Welcome to this afternoon edition, because we normally don't do this in the afternoon. We normally do this in the morning. We had a little mix-up today. So thanks for being with us this afternoon. It is, 2 o'clock Pacific time. Hopefully getting to the end of your workday if you're on the East Coast. And it is my pleasure to be here with you today. My name is Brian Williams. I'm the founder of Real Appointments. Our business is in the business of guaranteeing appointments for our clients. And we are here every day teaching a little bit about how we do that. And we hope that you'll take some of our teachings and incorporate it into your own business. And before we get started on today's topic, I'm going to bring up my co-host, Ronan Rahman. There you are.
Hey, how are you?
Happy afternoon.
Yeah. Weird.
I know. I feel like I should have a coffee in my hand.
That's right. Well, it's almost Miller time.
Right. I have a water bottle, though. So.
You're much healthier than I am. But I'm excited for today's show, even though it's the afternoon. The 3-point power profile is 24/7 topic. So
there you go.
I'm excited for what we're going to show today. It's going to be really valuable. It's going to build on what we talked about yesterday. And I'm going to let you to it. And,
okay.
There we go.
All right. And for those of you that are here live with us, please take advantage of asking questions, posting comments, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Plus, it makes me feel good when you interact with us because it shows me that someone out there is paying attention. So anyway, so today we're talking about the 3-point power profile, specifically for your LinkedIn profile. We initiate new conversations every day, all day on LinkedIn. And it is a very powerful platform when used properly. And I know that there's a lot of spam and things like that go on with LinkedIn. That's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about using it as a business tool that is professional, where you can literally connect with, meet, and form amazing relationships with very high-level business professionals in whatever field you're in. And part of doing that is dressing up for the occasion, okay? And that has to do with your profile. And there are 3 very specific parts of your profile that all of you can and should make sure are dressed up. There's other parts as well, but today we want to focus on the 3 most powerful parts, which is, I'll just tell you what they are, and then we're going to go into some depth. Your photo of yourself, makes sense, right? Your cover image, which is the thing across the top of your photo, and your headline. And so I'm going to share my screen or have Ronan flip over to my screen. And that's not it. There we go. So LinkedIn profile. So your photo. Now, this is something that can be undervalued and overlooked if you're not paying attention to the things you're about to learn. The best thing you can do is have a professional photographer come out to your home office, to your office, or go to their studio and have them create a professional headshot. They're not very expensive. Usually a good one with a quality photographer is going to cost you right around $100, maybe $150. I've seen them as high as $200, depending on the package that you get. But somewhere in that range, it is well worth it. So here's an image of Ronan's LinkedIn profile. And look at his profile photograph. You can tell right off the bat it was made by a pro, right? This is not off of someone's iPhone or, something like that. Now, if you do not have a professional photograph made, or you're still sheltering in place and you don't want to go out and meet other people right now, so you want to have one done in the privacy of, let's say, your home, a couple things to pay attention to. Number 1 is the background. You want it to be non-distracting. You want it to be plain. Okay, so in Ronan's case, he chose a charcoal gray background. That's fine. I've seen an all white background used effectively. I've seen lots of different shades of gray backgrounds used well, even blue. Just make sure it's non-distracting. You don't want to have bookcases in the background, other people in the background, plants and trees. You don't want to have any of that in the background. You really want it to be plain. Number 2 is you want it to be nice close up of your face and well lit. That's what we want to see when we're looking at your profile photo. And No full body shots and things like that, because oftentimes this photo appears very, very small on the screen or on a mobile device. And the closer up and more well lit your face is, the easier it's going to be able to connect with you visually. The third aspect you want to make sure your profile photos incorporate is to make sure that they're inviting. The easiest way to make your photo inviting is to maybe have a small smile or a big smile, whatever suits your personality. But don't look like a sourpuss. Don't look like you just lost, a bet or something like that. Look like you're enthusiastic, happy to be here, like you would possibly show up to a networking event. And that's how you should really perceive your LinkedIn profile, as if you're showing up to a professional networking event and you want to be liked and you want to be approachable. And so your photo does that for you if you have the right look about you. And then the fourth thing I would say is just dress for the part. So whatever that part is for you. If you're in the construction industry, maybe that's a polo shirt or something else. If you're in the legal profession, maybe that's a suit and tie. Okay, so just dress for the part that you're playing in your business. And that's all I really have to say about the profile photo. The next aspect is your headline. Now, especially on LinkedIn, but everywhere, your headline is really, really important. And yesterday, we went over and in detail a formula that you can use to craft a really good headline using our market to message match formula. I'm not going to repeat what that formula is. I will show you just an example of what I'm talking about when I say headline for LinkedIn. So here's a client of ours, Joe Kennemore. If you look right below his name, I'll read it to you. It reads stress-free live events and video production for the most prestigious technology companies in the world, right? That means something to his market. It's a powerful statement to the people that he wants to connect with. And it's not just the default title and company name. So many people still to this day don't change the headline, maybe because they don't know they can, or they feel that for some reason that having their title and company name up there is useful, and it's just not useful. If it was, they wouldn't allow you to edit it. So the fact that you're the CEO or the founder or the owner or the vice president doesn't mean anything to anyone you're connecting with on the outset. Okay, so craft a really good headline using our market to message match formula, which you can review if you watch our live from yesterday. We have it online still, and replace your default headline or update your default headline with something much more powerful that resonates with the market that you are wanting to connect with. And the third part of the 3-part power profile is your cover image. And there's a lot of different ways you can approach the cover image, and that's the image that goes right across the top of your profile. And what I like to do is highlight something that I'm wanting more attention on at the time. And so one thing, and this is an image of my current LinkedIn cover image, and I'm looking to do more speaking engagements, both virtually and in person and as guests on podcasts and things like that. So I want people that visit with me on LinkedIn to see and know that I am interested in doing more speaking engagements. So I highlighted an image of me speaking at a business event that we hosted last year. So that's the choice I made here for my cover image, along with just an image that relates to me personally. I like climbing mountains, if you don't know. And so I've got this silhouette of a dude on top of I think it's a dude, it's hard to tell, on top of a mountain, a person we'll call. And so that is nice. For me, a couple of tips on your cover image: don't use a lot of words. People aren't going to read a sentence, let alone a paragraph on your cover image. So if you're going to use any words at all, use like power words, maybe like 3 words that define your brand or that resonate with you and in your business, right? Maybe a tagline, if it's not too wordy, you could put in your cover image, but you don't want to put much more than that in terms of words. Also, I like to put a little personality, as you can tell, in mine. So that way, when someone meets me and I actually engage in a conversation with them, we have something to talk about that's relatable, right? So we just got done developing a cover image for a client of ours who is kind of an outdoors person, and she's also very much a family person. With her son, and so we found an image that related to her, but in both ways. And so I don't have an image of it here to show you, but in addition to that, we put her tagline on the cover image as well as her logo. So it's just a really nice way to show off her personality and relate to her potential client. One other thing I'll point out here on my profile is you'll notice my facial expression is quite different from Ronan's. I have this big, huge smile on my face. And that's because that's kind of like my personality. So I just got done retaking the DISC assessment, and it confirmed once again that I'm a high I, which means that when we see each other, you're probably going to get a hug. So anyway, and we'll wash our hands afterwards. But enough about that. So but it is also a professional photograph, and it applies all the other rules that I mentioned before. So those are really the three things you want to really have dialed in, if nothing else, on your profile, especially for LinkedIn. There are some others that we teach. And if you're interested in getting on our waiting list for our next live guaranteed sales appointments event, which we'll be hosting both in person and streaming live, just sign up at guaranteedappointmentslive.com. Ronan's probably thrown up the URL by now, and just get your name on our waiting list, and we'll make sure you get information about that if you want to take a deeper dive on this or anything else related to getting sales appointments for your business. With that, I am going to come back to full screen here, and there we are. And Ronan, if you want to come on board and add your 5 cents to this conversation.
The one
10
thing
cents.
when you were talking about the profile pic, one of the things that I see a lot, and I said this to one of our clients that we onboarded just recently. I said, so that picture looks like somebody threw you up against a wall and took a picture, and there's that look. So you can definitely tell when somebody took a vacation pic or they just kind of half-assed the picture, because it looks that way. And this is the first impression that you make many times. This is your shot.
We see it in the results. We see it. If we let it slide and go, okay, you know what, fine, you don't need to go out and update your photo, we see a reduction in the conversion rate when it comes to reaching out to new people, especially, and the quality of those people. So people want you to be professional, and not look like Ronan said, like you were cut out of some wedding photo that you were in or something like that. We've seen that. So not good.
Yeah. Those kinds of pictures are great with exes, but not LinkedIn profile. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe if you were in like the divorce business, that would work out well, because it somehow ties into your business.
If you're an attorney, people can relate to that.
But not for both of us.
Yeah. So, but all joking aside, you're in this to do it seriously. You got to take your profile seriously, and getting a professional headshot makes a difference. Creating a cover image, banner image, LinkedIn calls it, that doesn't necessarily have somebody trying to read something, but really just more evokes an emotion of who you are.
Yeah.
And supports your headline.
Absolutely.
So that's those are the 3 big power points there.
Cool. Well, we're going to be doing another live tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about messaging, which is one of my favorite topics to discuss, because it's a sticky point for a lot of people as to what do I say and how do I say it, both to people that you may be already connected with, and especially to people who you might be newly connected with. And so we have some very specific advice and strategies based on the literally thousands upon thousands of messages that we've sent on behalf of ourselves and clients. And so tune in tomorrow for that. And we're going to share some really cool insider information about how to message people properly.
Yep. And I've done a whole lot of that today. So I'm
yes, you have.
All
right. That's all I got for today. So have
a
great rest of your afternoon or evening, depending on where in the world you are. And we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Bye, everybody.